Hi there. Welcome to the Outdoor series. This is part 3 in product classification, where I'm going to talk about a report and a standard GTS report in analyzing the product classification. So in GTS, there is a standard report where we can analyze how a product is classified, what are the products that has not been classified, what are the products which are subjected to no control. So there are various different ways how we can slice it and dice it, and the report can be very handy. So I'm going to show you that report, but just to walk over that report, it can very well be used by anybody from the trade community, where they can generate this report on a regular basis and report to their leads on what are the necessary action that has to be taken. I mean, many business, they do have BI extractors, they do BI reports, but this is one tool readily available in GTS which they could make use of. Let me show the demo. Okay, this is my home screen. I go to my product classification, and this is where I come to generate the report, analyze product classification. These are all the additional data when the product was created or changed. This is where I can just give a single legal regulation or a series of legal regulation. I can products are normally grouped with certain groups. I can code, or I could just generate a report where only I want to see the products which are not subjected to control. So there are many different ways in how you can generate this report. So I'm just going to run it wide open. I'm just going to say, this is my logical system. Give me all the products in which fulfills all this criteria. So it's going to be a very big report. So, as you can see, it shows the legal regulation, the numbering scheme, the logical system group, and all the products which falls under this category. And this number is, if it's blank, then basically product is not classified. And this is the product, when was the product created. So the grouping is not assigned. The peculiarity code is not assigned. So this report is like a pretty wide range. So that's why we see a lot of entries. Let me go back and let me give a particular legal regulation. Now I have narrowed down the report, but still you see a lot of records. So under ECC, under EAR, I see USCCN. That's the numbering scheme for assigning the ECCN numbers. So we have a lot of products where it's not been classified. So they can generate this report, and they can alert the product classification team saying why these have not been classified. Or they could generate this report and pass down to their leads, saying, we have so many products, and these are the products which are yet to be classified. Also, you see over here no control. So that could be certain product. In the configuration, if you take a particular legal regulation, you can say all the products which falls under a particular legal regulation is subjected to control. But if you have a packaging material, it could be you need not run export control check. So that's where we tag no control flag in the product master. So you could also run a report where, okay, these are the products which are not subject to any control, or just the opposite with the individual maintenance. That could be a legal regulation where you say all the products are not subject to any license screening, but there could just be odd products, one or two, where you may want to screen. So any products which are tagged under individual maintenance, or in other words subjected to control, you could get those products displayed in the report. Or you could just in your input criteria, you could just say, give me all the products which are subject to individual maintenance, and the system will just show you all the products. sometimes in product classification, the people also create a case, and then I mean, they work with the customs, they work with the agency or authorities in order to get classification. So they could create a case, and it could be pending, or it could be claim is processed, or I mean, a product can be subjected to I mean, many different status based on where does the classification team lie on, how soon it can be classified. So I mean, even all of those status can be captured over here. So this report is a comprehensive report in how we can run our due diligence and alert the users and what are the products classification has to take place. So they could use this on regular basis, and I mean, as you can see, I mean, the products which are now appearing, I mean, these have been classified. This has also got a date range, and I mean, no control group is assigned, but that's okay. But the key thing is the product number, the ECCN number has to be assigned. If it's not assigned, then there has to be appropriate measures that has to take place. So the classification team can assign. Okay, so that's a standard report in GDS, which the business users can start to use more often, because this is one report which is kind of overlooked. So just want to show this particular report. It can be very handy. Thank you.